Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of message-oriented communication, guys. Guys, I'm not 100% clear with this concept, guys. Even for this topic, we are having multiple diagrams, flow diagrams, which I'll be just giving you an overview, guys, because I'm also not 100% clear with them. So that is the reason why I'll be just giving you an overview. So please consider that, okay? Yes. So it is the way of communication between the processes on the sender and the receiver machine in terms of sending and receiving explicit messages between them. So basically the message oriented, from the name only you can say, so message is sent from sender to receiver. So that is nothing but the message oriented, guys. Okay, it is simple, right? Yes. So these messages can be distributed or divided into multiple classification of communication: synchronous, asynchronous, persistent and transient. Okay, yes. So synchronous, from the name only you can say, so here it is in synchronous fashion. So basically you will be sending a one, the receiver will be storing it, you'll be sending the next, in that way. So one after the other, in simple words. So the sender is blocked until its first message is stored in the local buffer at the receiver end. So basically here the data is sent only when the receiver buffer stores the data. So assume that this is the receiver buffer and it's empty. So you sent the data, it received it and stored it. So then you can start send to the next data, and this is done and this can be stored. So in that way. So basically synchronously, so one after the other it can be stored. Okay. Whereas asynchronous, sending continuous data immediately after the message is sent. So you sent the message and again you're sending. So that is nothing but sending continuously. So the message is either stored in the local buffer or at the first communication server. Okay? Yes. These two are really simple and easy to understand, guys, but the confusion will be starting from this persistent and transient only, because I even confused with these things, guys. Okay? So persistent. So message that has been submitted in store by the communication system as long as it takes to deliver it to server, receiver. So message that is being submitted to the submitted is stored by the communication system as long as it takes deliver to its server. So basically here you are storing the message even after sending the data, right? Yes. Whereas a transient, messages are stored in as long as the sender and receiver applications are running. So here you are just sending it, and once everything is successfully done and the user has seen it, you will be deleting it, right? Whereas in transient, it will be stored until the systems will turn off, guys. Okay, so the best example for them are routers, and for this it is mail service, guys. Okay, yes. So here we are having multiple types, guys. Okay, so in which even in notes I have just added the diagrams only, and these are the diagrams. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so now these are just the combinations, guys. So persistent with asynchronous, persistent with synchronous. Okay, similarly transient with asynchronous, and receipt based transient with synchronous, delivery based transient and response based transient. With these two are for synchronous and these two are also for synchronous. So in this way these are divided, guys. Okay, so I'll be trying my best to explain them, guys, because even I'm also not clear with them, and I did not find any proper video for explaining these things, and even in textbook it is a bit confusing for me, guys. Okay, yes. So assume that the sender is nothing but A and B, guys. Okay, so A sends a message and continues. So basically he is sending a message and he is continuing, guys. So assume that here he got a call. So he called the B, okay, and the B started and receiving the message. So basically B is idle in this situation, and at this point once it received the message, it started and it started executing. So this is a normal flow, right? Yes. So here there is no flow that one after the other checking and everything is done. Here it is directly sending. So that is the reason why it is nothing but persistent asynchronous. Okay. Yes. Similarly persistent synchronous. So basically here there should be some accept, reject and all those things. Okay. So A sends a message and waits until accepts. So until B accepts, you need to wait, guys. So assume B has been accepted, then you'll be reading the next data and you'll be sending. So in this way it will be continuing, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic clear idea. Okay. So in other words, you can, so for this diagram, if you ask me, so it will be sending, if it is accepted, and it will be sending the data, and once the sending is done, it will stop, and B will be starting receiving. So once B receives the data, again this process continues, guys. So you can say in that way also. Okay. Yes. So now let us go through the transient asynchronous communication. Okay, so this is nothing but one way. Asynchronous means it can send continuously, and transient means data should be stored at server as well as the client. Okay, Okay, so a message is sent continuously and continued, so it is sending. So message can be sent only if B is running. So basically B should be running to receive the message, guys, because here both should store the data, right? Yes, so that is the reason. So B will be receiving the message. Okay, similarly if you take another recipient based, so basically here it is based on recipient. Okay, so send request and wait until it is received. So basically it sends the request, it will wait until the acknowledgement is sent. So basically once it is stored and everything is told, then only you will be responding. So that is nothing but recipient based. Okay, yes. Okay, so similarly we are having delivery based. So delivery based is also exactly the same, guys, but here it is in terms of delivery, so it could take some time. So that is the reason why we are having this processing time and something time. Okay, yes. Similarly you can write for synchronous or for response based also. Okay, yes, guys, I'm not that much clear with the diagrams here, so that's the reason why I just gave you a small overview of them. Okay, yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea, at least some basic idea on message oriented communication. So in the next lecture we will be discussing about a stream oriented communication, guys. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you, thanks for watching.